Hey everybody, welcome to Roll to Move 2026.
2026.
Assuming that everybody can hear us and see us, then I think we're good to go. Wow, it's hard to believe it's already Roll to Move time. It feels like it was just like we just did Roll to Move. We just did Dicefest. Time is flying by. It's some craziness. But it looks like a bunch of people have showed up, and we really appreciate it. And around the globe, everybody's at different times. I see Mortagon says it's 7:12 a.m. here in Norway. So it looks like it's morning in Scandinavia. But wherever you are, if you're staying up late or you're getting up early, we appreciate you coming and joining us for the fun. And I'm also getting confirmation from Ryan Whalen. We can hear you. Blarky Boy says howdy. Multicron says now in 8K. Are we doing it? Are we broadcasting in 8K, Daniel?
High resolution.
I think we're at 16K.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're 24K.
Well, if the sound is good, that is definitely a bonus.
That's what you're gonna want. I see Boyko Boychev has joined us. Oh, greetings from Mexico. People are rolling in from all over the place.
They're rolling in for Roll to Move.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so let's get started. I don't know.
I thought we already had.
I mean, I don't know. This we always do this live stream to kick off Roll to Move 2026, or we always do it to kick off Roll to Move.
Sure.
But this is 2026.
It is. It's good to let people know what year it is.
I haven't gotten a lot of sleep. Yeah, we're providing a service.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, we always kick off Roll to Move with a live stream like this, and we get to go through, some of the events and stuff we're doing at Roll to Move, give highlights of like what is to come, portents of things to come, and then we go through new items that we're going to debut for the big Roll to Move sale.
And talk about some of the events that are going on this weekend, the events and the games.
Yes.
A lot of cool events and cool previews this year at Roll to Move.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that, of course, the sale launches at the end of this. We do this live stream leading up to the sale, so it's basically like it's like a tailgate party. Yeah. Where there's the sale is imminent. It's coming. It's going to launch at midnight. We have an hour and 45 minutes until the sale to hang out with you guys and chat, go over stuff, provide information, answer questions, give insights.
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
Well, hopefully people are staying cool out there around the world. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot everywhere. Cool. Staying cool. It's pretty hot around the world.
Like put on sunglasses. And stuff. So that
especially if it's cool. At
night. Yeah.
No, I mean it's like 10 a quarter after 10 p.m. here, and it's still hot.
It is.
And during the day it's probably much worse for everyone else that has the sun beaming down on them. So good time to stay indoors and play some games.
Yes. So maybe we should talk about Roll to Move. We've put together a little slideshow that we're going to kind of move our way through and then talk about things as we go through them here. And I think there's information coming. No? Oh, there's not. So we're not seeing any of the comments right now. So I don't know if we can see people's
discussion.
Yeah, because otherwise we don't know what they're saying.
That's true.
Yes. Jacob Cat says my wallet is shaking in fear. That is, but Blarky Boy says my wallet is ready. Anyway, we are simulcasting right now, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and so wherever you guys are joining us, I'm not sure which we have the most people from. It might be Facebook or YouTube. I'm not sure. But we've got some new tech where we're able to see. It looks like by far YouTube is the highest. We've got some new tech where we're getting all of the comments across all the platforms, so that's really cool. In the past, we were like, let's switch over to Twitch and see what they're saying, you know. But we can.
Well, maybe we should jump in. We don't want to run out of time with all the cool stuff we want to talk about.
You wouldn't think we would, but we always do.
We always do, yeah. So why don't we jump in and get something going?
I see hello from the Italian Facebook community of Sobs. Excellent. That's cool. Hello. Also, Nathan Jepson says awkward silence. I think that the thing is right now there's a lot going on, and so we're watching a screen with information, and like the chat is disappearing, and then it'll come back, and so we don't know what people are saying, and now we're like queuing up in the background. We're queuing up the slideshow to start. So we're getting into it. We're getting our groove. All right, so we're gonna start the slideshow here. There's our slide for the Roll to Move 2026 live stream.
We do have a question here from @Sharky1337 says, will you guys be posting a recording of the Perilous Adventures, I think you mean Expeditions deep dive, for those of us not able to attend Roll to Move? So there's a bunch of different sessions of the Perilous Expeditions deep dive, and it's meant to be just as much of kind of a discussion as it is an info dump. And so we probably won't be recording any of those. But the idea is that it's a very interactive, asking questions, talking about design philosophy and all the different cool stuff that's part of Perilous Expeditions. But I mean, it will be here, right around the corner. So it's not, it shouldn't be too bad or too long a wait to get to get the info that you're looking for.
It looks like Tommy Reidling just dropped in and said hello, and I have to tell you,
hello.
I really enjoy seeing your painted miniatures. You're a fantastic painter, and it's a highlight of my day when you post new stuff on the Brimstone community group. I'm like, oh, what's Tommy Reidling painting up? So keep it going, keep it up. All right, so let's go ahead and start the slideshow, and we'll get into. We'll find out more about this Roll to Move thing. Look at there. This is the logo. It's unintentionally, and once I tell you this, you won't be able to unsee it. It is unintentionally chocolate mint this year. I was playing with the colors and whatever, and I was like, this is going to be great. And then after I had already posted it, I looked at it, and I don't know why I didn't see it before, but it really looks like, with the green and the kind of brownish, it looks like chocolate mint. This is the year of the chocolate mint Roll to Move.
Also, because of the shadow on the 2, it looks like it's Roll to Move.
Yeah.
You have to whisper that part.
You have to whisper that part. The 2 is subtle. But it's very minty. All right. So let's go on, and we'll get into some. Let's look at some of the events are what we're going to see here. So yeah, we're just showing a couple of the some of the events that we have going. We have a number of events across a bunch of different games. A
lot of these are on 3D tables, right? Where we have
right. Is that showing live yet, or is that not yet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the bottom one is the live one.
This is live.
Okay, sure. All right, yeah. So these are ones that are on 3D tables: Frozen Fire and Control de Plagas. That one's interesting because it's actually a group of conquistador heroes in the Targa library, so that should be cool. If we flip on Xenocyticide, say that 3 times fast. That is actually on the I think it's like Xenocyte Impalers.
The Xenocyte, yeah, Xenocyte Devourers, Xenocyte Impalers.
Yeah, on the derelict ship 3D board.
Yeah.
But the craziest one I think is we have a madman at the Frog, and he comes up with the most outlandish and fantastic events each Dicefest and Roll to Move, and he'll come in with a big twinkle in his eye, and you just know he's planning something. And this year he is unleashing Robot Wars Arena at the Arzakov's Gate 3D board.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be like wardens and I'm trying to remember. It's wardens. It's like all the different types of wardens versus what was it against? Do you remember? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's so they're clashing.
Tredaran strike team.
No, I mean it's two things. It's like robots and stuff. But then like the Vikings are in the middle of it, and so it just sounds like havoc. It sounds like some craziness. He has a lot of surprises planned. So I also don't want to say too much because I might be revealing something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if we flip on through, I think we also have some preview games. Yeah, so we have preview games for Cursed Tombs of Kamentet and for the Sunken City of Ferox.
True.
That one's going to be
some preview games that are focusing specifically on that new other world.
Yeah, and that's going to be cool. I think it's going to be the first time people are going to see some of the. There's certain. I mean, honestly, with all of these, we try to have at least one element that is kind of a preview, even if it's not a preview game. We'll always have some exciting things with the different
on the
games.
different 3D tables, things like that.
Yeah.
So you can probably spin on to the next one there. Oh, some Impossible Hell Train previews, and also for the first time, we've cracked open the gates and are allowing people to get some hands-on time with the Crimson Hand Enclave, which is, of course, the Kickstarter exclusive Team Hero expansion for the Cursed Tombs and Hell Train Kickstarter.
Yes, I think people might just flip out. I mean, playable Crimson Hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to enjoy about those guys. I mean, the cultist can be an orb bearer, where you get to pick an orb at the start of each adventure to bring with you, and each one is like a magical relic that does something special. The acolyte can actually summon in demon enemies to try to fight, like to fight the other enemies out there, but it's a tenuous control, so if you lose control of them, they'll start attacking you as well.
Right.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I think people are really going to enjoy them.
And the Hell Train is always like thrills and spills, but I think there's going to be some new stuff we're revealing in the Hell Train preview as well. All right, so let's flip on. There's some other, the Perilous Expeditions Deep Dive Preview Panel.
Yeah.
And even this image is kind of a little preview there. Do you want to talk about what they're seeing?
Well, so first off, I should probably give just a baseline of what Perilous Expeditions is. So Perilous Expeditions is a boxed expansion that's coming out for the Adventures line of Shadows of Brimstone. It specifically focuses on Gates of Valhalla and Valley of the Serpent Kings. And it's a new kind of open-ended narrative campaign system. So it has big folding boards that are like overland maps of a different environment. There's two different ones that come in the box. You get the Jungle Coast, which is kind of that Spanish explorer theme. And then you also get the Norse lands, which is that kind of Viking theme. And so you can play out campaigns in either the Jungle Coast or the Norse lands environments. And each one has a big campaign book, a 92-page spiral-bound campaign book that details all the different stories and campaign objectives that you can put together to sort of generate campaigns. So there's a ton of different potential campaigns you can play. There's kind of narrative stories that go along with each one, and it's pretty exciting getting to put locations onto the board with little reusable vinyl stickers, so you can have the campaign layout be different every time you play a new campaign. It comes with little campaign scaled miniatures for lost Spanish forts and Norse rune stones and little gateway portals, as well as your Spanish expedition ships and Viking ship and your little banner of guys when you go on land to move around. And then it also has two new enemies, the Deep Stalkers, which are kind of sinister fishmen, and then giant Leviathan tentacles that can reach up over the sides of your boat and try to steal the crew off the side and smash different elements of your rigging and sails and hull. There's also folding boards for the wilderness and your expedition ship, so that when you get attacked out in the wild, when you're traveling around the campaign board, you can play out different missions in the wilderness, either in the Jungle Coast, kind of island coastline, or in the snowy forests of the Norse lands, or on your expedition ship, either your Viking ship or your Spanish expedition ship. So there's a lot of really cool and fun stuff with Perilous Expeditions. And although I did just throw a lot of information out there, that is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, which is why we're doing the deep dive preview panels. So those are going to be hour-long events that are a discussion with a small group of people that we can kind of go over what all is involved with the Perilous Expedition campaign, but also all the different kind of options and stuff that's in that set, and then also talk about design philosophy and how it all fits together into the greater Shadows of Brimstone world.
Yeah, and just, you know, in a very pulled back sort of meta way of talking about it, I've seen different people like question like what is Perilous Expeditions even, like what, you know, is it worth it? I saw somebody write a post like that the other day, and the thing is that like Perilous Expeditions is massive. I mean, like there's no other way to say it. Jason, you know, I think this is the one that almost put him under. Like there's like, just to like, what's the biggest book that we did before Perilous Expeditions? How many pages?
I don't know, probably 64.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was like 64 pages. Perilous Expeditions has 3 books in it, and 2 of them are 92 pages each. Like
it's a lot.
And then the other one is the rule book, which is 24 pages.
Yeah.
And so it is mammoth.
We do have some new questions. One person says, is this a new IP? This is still Shadows of Brimstone. It is part of the Adventures line of Shadows of Brimstone. So it's specifically Vikings and Spanish explorers. Perilous Expeditions is a campaign set that requires you have either Gates of Valhalla and or Valley of the Serpent Kings, one of those 2 adventure sets. You'll get a lot more out of it if you have both of the adventure sets, but you need to have at least one of them to be able to use the content for Perilous Expeditions. And it is not a standalone game. It requires one of those 2 core sets to be able to play.
Right. But there is some, I mean, it can use your whole collection.
It can.
You can go to lots of different worlds.
Yep.
You can have other heroes besides just Vikings and conquistadors that are taking
yeah,
part.
And one thing that is important to note is that even though it's really focused on the Vikings and the Spanish explorers, it's set up so that any heroes can go and join an expedition into one of those 2 environments, the Norse lands or the Jungle Coast. And the idea is that no matter what grouping of heroes you have, you've basically just joined a Viking expedition if you're in the Norse lands, or you've joined a Spanish expedition if you're in the Jungle Coast. And so you don't have to, I mean, you could have all Old West heroes or all Feudal Japan heroes.
Questing knights.
And you could have questing knights, sure. Or a random mix from across different time periods and any of the heroes that are out there. And you just join a Spanish expedition to go into the Jungle Coast and land on islands and go on adventures.
Yeah. And, you know, the reason why the books are so big is because there's all of these stories and missions and like the whole narrative campaigns that can be played through. And with all the combinations, I mean, you could play for years and years and years and not have the same adventure. You know, unique campaigns, and you can also choose the size of the campaign. So you can say, hey, do we want to play like a short one? And maybe we just play, I mean, how long do you think a short one would take? I mean, it depends on how often you play, obviously.
So you can basically play three different lengths of campaign, either a small, medium, or epic campaign. Right. And the idea is that it'll generally be about 8 to 10 missions if you play a short campaign. It'll generally be about 10 to 20 missions if you play a medium, and it'll probably be around 30 to 40 missions if you play an epic length campaign. Of course, you could always meander around and do a lot of other crazy stuff, so it could go longer, or you could be really focused, hyper-focused, and try to get it done in a shorter number of adventures if you wanted to. But it's intended to be scalable, so you can decide how long you want your campaign to be. But one of the coolest parts is that it actually has story beats that happen along the way, and it has a unique finale adventure, like a unique finale mission for each of the stories. And so it gives you that kind of campaign big finish that you would want. Regardless of the campaign length you're playing, you get that sort of big finish of the epic finale to the entire campaign.
Yeah, that's awesome. The boards are kind of a centerpiece for it, and there's 3 different folding boards There's the shipboard, which has the Viking longship on one side and the Spanish caraval on the other
back,
side.
yeah.
And when I say it's on there, I mean like it has squares and you move your guys around on the deck of the ship.
Both of those boards are tactical kind of battle boards.
Yep.
So they have they're in the same scale as all the map tiles. They have grid on as the same as all the map tiles. The expedition ship actually has deep water areas around it, which is where enemies can come up to the side of the ship or drag people off into the water.
Say tentacles,
Leviathan tentacles, sure.
Or maybe some deep stalkers.
We did have one question, which was about
David Hebart.
Well, it was about Ferox threats.
Yep. Do we assume that the enemies in the Perilous Expeditions will have Ferox Otherworld threat cards?
Yes, and that is actually true. They do. There are Otherworld threat cards for both the Deep Stalkers and Leviathan Tentacles for the Sunken City of Ferox.
Because, of course, there are.
But I will say, not only are they for the Sunken City, there is one of the stories that has you, in one part of it, pull Ferox Otherworld threats as part of one of the adventures. And so if you only have the ones from Perilous Expeditions, you already are going to be able to use those cards within this box. And once the Cursed Tombs of Kamentet comes out, you'll have a lot more of those cards to pull from when playing that story.
Right. Anyway, the other boards, there's another tactical board for the wilderness boards.
Yeah.
And that's, instead of playing on, map tiles like you would normally do, it is a large board. So it's a little bit like the Frontier Town or the Feudal Village, but it's a section of wilderness. And so you're doing fights on land. Yeah. So you're fighting at sea, you're fighting on land. And then, of course, there's campaign boards where you actually use the little campaign scaled figures and move around your boats and little troop banners of guys. And you're finding, little, it has, well, I mean, you can see on the picture, it has, little rune stones and Spanish forts and you're fighting like pirate ships, the Marauder pirates. And
one of the coolest things about Perilous Expeditions, truthfully, is that it adds a lot of context to your campaign.
Yeah.
So when you go on an adventure, it's not just that you're trying to escape the darkness or that you're trying to run the gauntlet or that you're trying to, seal a void gate. You know that void gate that you're trying to seal is at the the Hellborn Marauder encampment that you've discovered, and that there's a void gate there that you need to go and try to seal, and it means something if you succeed and if you fail. Like, it actually makes a difference for your overall campaign more than just the rewards or failures for that mission. So it's pretty exciting to have that kind of global context to really fill things out.
I think this is inadvertently becoming a deep dive into Perilous Expeditions, so we should probably move on. So let's talk about some of the other events that we have going on. So the live stream, we're doing a Night in the Woods live streams, and there's this is something we've been doing the last couple of years, where we'll do a big live stream game that we just play over 2 days, and so people, it's just mission after mission after mission, and everybody can like follow along. And it's interactive because people are chatting, and so they'll say like, all right, well, there's a crossroads we're at. Should we go left or right? And people are like, go left, go right. Like, people are kind of shouting what they want, and they're just along for the ride. And so it's an interactive kind of fun romp. And this year we're doing it with the Questing Knights, and it is called A Night in the Woods.
A Night in the Woods,
which may have a deeper meaning that we could cover later,
but not right now.
Not right now, but maybe it involves a new product debuting in the Roll to Move in less than an hour and a half.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out
now.
But not now.
We won't find out
soon.
Right now.
But soon. All right. I just wanted to say the Brimstone Night in the Woods episode 1 is tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. This is Pacific time, so convert for whatever location you're in. 11 a.m. and it goes for 3 hours. Then episode 2 picks up at 3 p.m. and goes for 4 hours. Episode 3 is on Friday, starts at 10 a.m. and goes for 4 hours, and then concludes with episode 4, which starts at 3 p.m. and goes for 3 hours. So it's going over Thursday and Friday, basically all day. We're going to be doing this A Night in the Woods. and Nick and Frederick are going to be the ones playing through, and so it's going to be a good time.
I think they might actually be using. Well, I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind. They're going to be.
It's always
using,
good when you
some
start
new
a
stuff,
statement, yeah.
but not right now.
But not right now. Yes. So let me, while we're at it, why don't I just go through some of the other live streams that we have going. On Friday, we're doing a miniature assembly live stream. That's one that Nick and I we're doing, and it should be a good time. It's interesting because I can't tell you how often I see people post stuff where they're like, all right, so, you know, it's crazy notion. Like, oh, I've got my my new core set. I've opened it up and now I'm scrubbing the miniatures. And it's like, what? No, you don't need to scrub the miniatures. What are you doing? And so we've never had a place where we could actually kind of convey information about how we deal with the things, like which glues we use for which types of figures, and how we cut them off the sprue, and the tools that we use, and all that good stuff. So we're actually going to do it this year. We're always trying to think, what can we do for Roll to Move or for Dicefest that's new and going to be, informative, entertaining, and just all around a good session. So we're doing that for the first time, an assembly live stream. So it's going to be Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time for an hour and a half. Please join us. If you can't make it live for any of these things, you'll be able to watch the live streams later on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch.
Except ones that only for the live streams.
For the live streams. Well, we're not videoing
events.
Yeah, we're not videoing events, but yeah, these things. And then I also wanted to say Aaron Lovejoy is going to be doing 3 new classes for the Roll to Move. He's doing one on Thursday at 9 p.m. Pacific time. That's his Behind the Brush on metallics. And then he's going to be doing one on Friday at 9 p.m. for Behind the Brush textures. And then lastly, on Saturday, he's going to do a morning one, 10 a.m. And it's going to be for speed painting for large models. So I want to do an entire huge, XXL type or XL. I'm not sure what he's going to be painting. I sent him a bunch of different ones that he could do. But basically large models using speed painting techniques and speed painting paints to basically paint very fast. And as a bonus for the Behind the Brush, for the metallics and for the textures, we're actually doing, he's going to be painting the newest knights that we released in the spring sale. Nice. The textures one, I believe, is the Grail Knight he's going to be painting, and the metallics one, he's going to be painting the Queen's Knight.
Knights.
Yes, knights. And then lastly, we've got a Zoom, our wrap up on Sunday. We always do a Zoom hangout at the end of the show. Offhand, I'm not sure what time it is. Let me just double check. We'll see if we can. Yes, the wrap up Zoom hangout is 5 p.m. Pacific time for a couple hours. And so if you get a chance, join us for the wrap up. That'll be a good time. Also, I'll say we have, you'll see the listed events in the schedule on tabletop.events, but we have a series of virtual Brimstone Saloon Zoom hangouts. So Chris is your virtual bartender, washing the glasses, chatting with people.
Looks like we have a question there. Are those painting sessions live streams or Zoom?
They are Zoom. They're Zoom.
Are they going to be recorded?
They are going to be recorded. We do usually put them up, but there's usually, like, we haven't put up the ones from last year yet, for example. So it is a delay, but we usually do turn those into videos that we put on our YouTube channel later.
Okay.
But if you can, it's totally worth going to the class live because Aaron answers questions and it's very interactive, and he is a fantastic teacher, besides being a fantastic painter. All right. Let's, speaking of painting, let's see the next slide there. We also should talk about the Roll to Move 2026 painting contest. So once again, we have 3 categories: single brimstone hero, single brimstone creature, and the Roll to Move open category. And for for the painting contest, basically anybody who has a Roll to Move badge can enter up to 1 time per category. It doesn't cost any additional fee or anything like that to enter. We do ask that it has to be at least include a Shadows of Brimstone miniature, and then also is painted by you, as opposed to I paid this guy to paint it and now I'm going to enter it in a contest. It should be painted by you. But we're going to have a Google form that we'll send to everybody who's signed up for the painting contest, and we'll probably also publicize it on social media. And so basically you can turn in your models through the Google form. We're going to be, I think the cutoff is Saturday. I don't remember what time offhand, but we're going to judge it and then reveal the winners on Sunday.
Okay.
In the evening. All right, let's see. Let's talk about before we move on. Like that concludes our discussion of things, events, and activities, and live streams and stuff at Roll to Move. And so now we're going to talk about cool stuff.
Yeah.
But before we start with the new stuff that we're doing, that we're debuting in, what's the time? In an hour and 17 minutes. Instead, let's start with some of the cool stuff that we actually just released a few weeks ago at the spring sale. So we had a spring sale a few weeks ago over Memorial Day weekend, and we released some really cool figures, and we haven't had like a live stream situation like this to talk about them. So I figured maybe we should actually talk about them now.
Yeah, well, we certainly can.
You're looking distracted. Is there a question you want to
We do
ask?
have a quick question, which is, would an ally like the Junk Bot count as single Brimstone hero for the painting contest?
Interesting. Yeah,
I think Junk Bots are heroes.
Yeah, I think allies could be heroes. Sure. That's fine.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump on.
All right. Yes. So we're going to look at stuff that just came out recently for the spring sale. So, Legendary Spectre Shenmue Tanaka. And if you recall, in the before time last year, we revealed new miniatures for some of the Legendary Spectres. We had Della Rosa. What's her first name? Maria De La Rosa? What was it? No. I don't remember. Again, I haven't gotten enough sleep.
Yeah.
But we had she was a pirate captain that is now a Legendary Spectre. Pirate captain in life. Yeah. Now in Afterlife, a Legendary Spectre. Valentina De La Rosa. I think that's right. Yes. And then also Constable Ludlow.
That's right.
Victorian England sort of Bobby, right?
Yeah, a constable with some rolling London fog.
Yes. And so now in the spring sale we revealed a third one, the Legendary Spectre Shenmue Tanaka. And there might have been a little sneak preview there. So in last year's, we released also a game supplement called Legendary Spectres #1, which had unique enemy threat cards and enemy record sheets for with unique elite abilities and stuff like that.
So far with Shenmue.
So far it's just Shenmue Tanaka, yes. And I've already seen some stuff where people were going like, what do we think is going to be at Roll to Move? And a lot of people were like, it's clearly going to be another Legendary Spectre, and it's clearly going to be a Legendary Spectres game supplement too.
Right.
But as everyone knows, we like to subvert expectations. So I'm just going to say right now, we're not doing that.
Yeah, Brian Bosch, I think, is going to riot. He says, Rami Ka or we riot.
Oh, no. Well, you may need to riot.
You'll need to riot for just a little bit.
Short-lived riot?
It's a short riot.
All right. Well, anyway. So let's move on. Besides Shenmue Tanaka, we also released the Greek champion, the male Greek champion with a bow. And this was sort of a part that was missing because they do have one of their build outs.
One of the starting
upgrades is you can get a bow and arrow. And with one of the, I think it might have been Greek champion B that had the female
Female with the bow.
version had the
Yeah.
had the bow, but there was no male version with a bow. And so we are putting right what once went wrong and putting out the male with a bow. And we went one step further. If you look at the next slide, we actually included multiple heads for this guy. And so there's also a helmetless head. So you can have your choice between helmet or no helmet.
Yeah.
And then besides these guys, and again, these are available now. They were released in the spring sale. So if we go on to the next one here, we also did some, there's a few of the questing knights that aren't just like colors and emblems, but they're actually a little more unique.
Yeah.
Like the Grail Knight. And so we actually released a Grail Knight miniature that is unique to him, unique for this type, for this heraldry. And he also has two, it's a little bit covered up, but he also has two alternate heads. So there's 3 heads total that you could have, male head, female head, and helmet head.
Yeah.
And so you could get any of them. And this guy, the detail on this guy is amazing. I'm so happy with how he turned out. It's just great. And if you look in the background there, you may see a hint of new artwork where you'll see the painting in the background on the right of the Grail Knight. And now if we go on to the next slide, you'll see a hint of a painting there with the Queen's Knight. And so just like the Grail Knight, the Queen's Knight is a little more unique than just like a color and a heraldry.
This is sort of a Lancelot style knight.
Yes. And he also comes with alternate heads. So if we look in the next one there, and again, it's covered up, unfortunately, but there we go. So he has the male head, female head, and knight helmet head. And the helmet head for this guy is a very unique shape. It's really cool. And he's got the plumage.
Yeah.
It's a very kind of classic look to the knight. So this guy is like...
It's a good dragon fighting knight helmet.
Yeah. And man, the sculpt on this just turned out fantastic. And Aaron Lovejoy's paint job on it is beautiful. So all of it came together to be just very, very cool. And then I think if we go to the next slide, we'll see the artwork there. This is some new art that actually has the Grail Knight and the Queen's Knight fighting kind of side to side against all comers in the dark.
Maybe even back to back.
Woods. Well, yeah, I mean they're
kind
not
of
totally back to back, but you know what I mean. They've joined forces. That's what I'm saying.
Looks like Neodymium 155 says the third gender helmet.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but Samuel Hester says Indiana Jones Knight.
Yep.
And Medwind says you have chosen wisely. Yeah, I think the Grail Knight does bear some resemblance to that knight.
Yeah.
All these spare heads will probably end up on monster bases.
Or
Prospero
as a nice mutation of second head,
Well, that's true.
Just slap another head on your knight and you're good to go.
Yeah, or slap a helmet on your second head that you already have.
Yeah.
And Tommy Reidling says amazing artwork. Thank you. I mean, I didn't paint that, but as the art director, obviously, thank you. But let's go on. We also wanted to touch on Darkstone Magazine issue number 3. Don't threaten to riot. So again, many people are expecting this in the Roll to Move sale. We like to subvert expectations, so we're not releasing it in the Roll to Move sale.
Yeah.
But it won't be too far off. Basically, we've just been really pretty hammered with Kickstarter stuff and all of it. And so it's coming along. Both issue 3 and 4 are, but there's certain parts of it that are just, it requires Jason and I to write articles, and our time is just a little bit tougher to find time to do it. And so they're kind of waiting on us, but we're gonna push it through, and you should see issue 3 in the not too distant future. And riot, it's happening.
Yeah, it happens. I do have a question there. Do you ship to Mexico?
We do.
I believe we do.
Yeah. No problem.
And then another, looks like Boyko asks, do all the knights come from the same period of history? So it's a little bit fluid as far as the period of history, because we decided to go with kind of an Arthurian knights general theme. That kind of sets things around 400 to 600 or so. But we wanted to cast a wider net so that you could have knights that look kind of Crusade era. So the knights are kind of meant to represent everything from around 400 or so all the way up through maybe 11 to 1200, around there. That's why you get the different types of helmets that we've shown, with the kind of classic Crusader style bucket helmet, but also the kind of more classical, medieval knight helmet that's kind of rounded with a big plume and the kind of cone-shaped front to the visor. Yeah. So it's kind of meant to sit in that kind of general time frame, and you can decide when and where you want your knights to be
from. Let's see. Sharky says maybe Gen Con sale. Maybe. I don't know. If I knew for sure, then I would tell you. But we'll have to see how it goes. We're working on it. We're trying our best. Yep. That's something that we've always talked about. The magazine is a passion project. I mean, we totally love it. We're so excited about it, and it's just one of those things where we don't have like an entire team that does it. So it ends up being like we'll do it as much as we can. Yeah. And as often as we can.
All right. Well, we should probably move on to the next thing.
All right. Let's keep rolling. So we just days ago announced Dicefest. And so in case you did not hear, this year's Dicefest is going to be October 30th through November 1st with both a fan event and a Halloween party on the Thursday before.
Yeah.
Basically what happens is we rent from the Hilton in Bellevue, Washington. We rent all of their convention space in the whole complex. And we need to rent it for an extra day so that we can do the setup. And so we're there anyway on Thursdays setting up. And so, it ended up with us saying, you know what, it would be really cool since we have it for Thursday and the setup is during the day. What if at night we did some cool stuff? I mean, a lot of people who come to Dicefest are there early. They come in and spend the night there Thursday night.
Check into their hotel.
Yeah, check in and everything so that they're ready in the morning. So what if they come in and check in and then could go to a Halloween party, or have a fan event? And Brian
get an early kick,
early registration,
and get to jump into the Saga mission early. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true. And once again, Brian Bosch, super fan Brian Bosch, is concocting something special for a fan event for the Thursday night, and we're working on some cool stuff for Halloween party.
Yeah,
and so it's going to be at the Hilton Bellevue in Bellevue, Washington, October 30th through November 1st. But if you're coming, make sure you come early for the Thursday night Halloween party and fan event. And if you look on the screen there, we've got a QR code that'll take you right to the page for it. And the badges are available now at an early bird discount, so it's a good time to do it. And from that page that you go to, there's a link where you can get hotel, and the link takes you directly to our room block. And that's good because number one, they've locked in a discounted rate for us. But number two, it actually helps us when people stay at the hotel.
It helps support the show.
It helps support the show. And so, guys, come and join us for Dicefest. We guarantee we're going to do everything that we can to make it the most fun 4 days in your year. So, questions. Let's see. Trench Squatter says, I will be there. And Sharky says, Bosch is boss. Bosch is the boss.
Yeah.
I agree. Or the Pharaoh.
The Tomb Daddy.
The Tomb Daddy. Whoa. You're going to start something. You're going to start something you don't want to start.
Oh, yeah. Well.
All right. So let's move on and talk about the new stuff. Is it time? where are we at time wise? It's
time.
Yeah, there's about an hour until the starts of the sale. So let's talk about the new stuff. We're going to start with the Roll to Move goodie box. Brian Bosch. Oh boy. Yeah, it sounds like Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
He's just leapt into himself. All right, so the Roll to Move goodie box, I would dare say this is our biggest goodie box we've ever done.
It could be.
It has so much stuff. It's crazy. I had to add extra lines. I usually start with the same kind of template to list out the stuff in the goodie box, and I had to add extra lines because there was so much stuff. Also, we have double the miniatures that we normally have. We set it up where this year we've been kind of doing allies, and we think that's actually a cool thing to do for Roll to Move figures, the Roll to Move exclusive. And so we were like, what if we did the war dog? Because we had this, the Spanish, armored war dogs are a thing that are talked about.
Yeah,
but we don't actually have them as allies.
They're kind of legendary, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did have them represented in Valley of the Serpent Kings as an upgrade you could get in your Spanish camp,
right?
To basically get guard dogs that could watch over, and help prevent your locations from getting wrecked.
But now
we actually have them as full-fledged allies.
Yes, and the thing is that once the goodie boy box. Oh man, that's horrible. All right. So, but once we were doing this and we were making the dog miniature and everything, we realized, you can't just have one. Like, don't you need two dogs?
Yeah.
And so we decided to make a set of dogs, and each one is totally unique pose and details and has its own unique base. And so they all have each one is a brand new unique figure with a unique base. So it's double what we normally do, which is some craziness, but I think it's worthwhile. And those dogs, they're good boys. Look at them. Good boys.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at their ally cards that come with them here. Let's do a deep dive into the armored war dogs.
Not that deep.
All right. So you can see here we've got their medium-sized ally card. And of course, we're showing the advanced side, but the flip side of that is the basic side. So just like with all allies, there's an advanced and a basic version. Yeah. And with the basic version, you wouldn't use a miniature, but play advanced. You want that dog miniature on the table.
Well, as the basic side, it's a little bit easier to wrap your mind around, and it's more or less just like a gear, like an item.
Yeah.
But with the dog on the table, you got that miniature running around.
The dog is on the table.
Dog is on the table. You got him running around and leaping on enemies and going crazy.
And then of course we've got War Dog upgrades, and the flip side of that is mutations. They have their own unique upgrades and unique mutations.
Yep.
We're not showing it, but do you want to grab out the War Dog mutations card? I think it would be sure. It would be a good plan for us to read some of the mutations.
Yeah, sure. It's tradition.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you guys choose what number do you want to know. Tell us a number. We'll read you the mutation. We'll give them a second to weigh in.
Well, why don't I go ahead and read one of them while we...
you don't want to wait?
Awkward silence. Well, one of them is Void Slobber. Any hero / ally adjacent to the armored war dog when it attacks takes 1 corruption hit.
Nice.
Because you get cast off Void Slobber. Yeah. Number 3 is being requested. Human Hands.
Oh, that is so creepy.
It's a dog with human hands.
That if your dog mutated to have human hands.
Yeah.
That would be extra creepy. It
says armored war dog may now carry and use 1 single-handed hand weapon. It also now causes fear 1 like an enemy. It's okay. He still likes to shake.
That is messed up. Tommy Reidling requests number 5.
Number 5, Tentacle Mouth.
Oh.
The armored war dog is -1 damage on combat hits because his bite is a little bit softer.
Oh my God.
All right.
Are we going to do all of them?
Well,
Hector says number 6.
We can't do all of them. I'll tell you what it is. It's human speech. Human speech is number 6. But
Yeah,
I won't tell you what.
that is super creepy.
Gotta have some surprises.
All right.
All right.
Prospero says, I personally know some dogs that have void slobber. Yeah, that makes sense.
Usually the bigger the dog, the more the void slobber.
Yeah. And then if we go back to that slide, we'll embiggen it. So this also includes a gear card that will actually, where you could actually find
lets you find
a dog,
an armored war dog out in the wild.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And then it has, much like a lot of the previous allies, there is a
specialty.
2 specialty versions of the dog. One is the kind of cheaper, slightly not as good dog, which is the snarling attack dog. In this case, it's cheaper because it's harder to control and he's a little bit untamed. And then the kind of super version of the dog is the little bull, which is a stronger, tougher, faster, more ruthless dog to unleash on your enemies. And so those specialties are also included, so you can get a normal armored war dog, or you can upgrade it or downgrade it into a cheaper snarling attack dog or the little bull.
Yes. All right. So there should be, it may be missing, but there's one of the painted war dogs. Maybe we could put that up. We got it at the last second. Basically, Aaron Lovejoy is such a madman. He was willing to try to paint these up at the last second. And so he was painting them today, and literally the paint is still wet. Like you guys have no idea. Like 20 minutes before this live stream, he was like, I got it. And I'm like, I think we can still get it in. And so we'll see if we can bring it up. But he finished the Spanish war dogs, and they're looking pretty good. So we'll see if we can bring those up in a second. In the meantime, maybe we could just read oh no, there they are. Look at that.
Man.
And Jason, you haven't even seen these.
I haven't. Those look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the metalwork and the distressing on the armor and the cloth parts of the armor is really cool.
Well, if you're interested, there's going to be an Aaron Lovejoy painting class on metallics.
Oh, is he going to paint the dogs?
No, better. He's going to paint the Queen's Knight.
Oh, nice.
So those are the custom bases.
Yeah, those
that come with them.
Those are custom bases. Are those Spanish fort bases?
They're yeah, but we want them to look like they were potentially like outdoors too.
Yeah.
So that's why it has all the plants and stuff. But that isn't things that are added on. He's just painted the actual base that comes with it.
Nice.
So
nice.
They look good.
One other thing that's important to note with the armored war dog is that it says right on the card there is a limitation on who can take it, and it is not just for conquistador heroes only. It also can be used by soldier heroes. So it's not just for your Spanish explorers. It's for any soldiers that you have.
Yeah, then there's ones for Forbidden Fortress. There's a soldier type, Old West.
Yeah.
Who's the soldier?
Well, we have the cavalry officer coming in the Impossible Hell Train.
Right.
But there's a lot of different options out there for using them. So you can get those armored war dogs in a lot of different hero parties.
Nice. All right, well, let's jump back in and look at more stuff from the goodie box. So once again, this is chock full. So next up, we actually have a new map tile that comes with it. And don't be alarmed. In this slide, you're going to see both sides of the map tile, but you only get one. It's just double-sided. So, but on one side, we've got Norse lands, and on the other side, we have a part of the Targa library. And then on the right side, you're seeing all the cards that support these. So there's map deck cards for the Snowy Path and for the Shattered Data Stack. Those are the two, map tiles. And then it also includes their encounter, their associated advanced encounter.
Yeah. And those are encounters cards you can just throw in your encounter decks, or if you want, you can keep them aside specifically for the advanced encounters for this map tile.
And of course, one is in the Norse encounters deck, and the other is in the Targa encounters deck.
Yeah.
All right. And then if we go on, there's also some kind of miscellaneous other cards in there. There's the Mountain Cloak, which is just a good card. And then Stand Against Darkness. And that's one of the alternate art cards.
Yeah.
Where it has full frame.
Expanded art cards, yeah, and the image also goes behind the text box.
Yeah, we'll do those as promos sometimes because it looks really cool. So it's not like you have to have it, but you can replace your Stand Against Darkness
Or add it in.
Or add it in, I
If you want it to be
suppose.
extra
Yeah, that's
punishing.
true. And then last but not least, in the cards, we actually have a new Dark Gothic card for Hanging Skulls.
Yeah.
And this is very thematic. Those hanging skulls. It is a prop we have that is rope with 3 hanging skulls from it. And we've used it in all of the photographic games. And I personally love the hanging skulls.
Yeah.
And then the last item for the
Goodie box.
for the goodie box is a very crazy item, but one that I'm excited about. I had a notion. Here it is, the official Shadows of Brimstone air freshener. So I did this. I made these, and people were like, "What is this now? What is?" Because it's really out of left field, but it's when we do different kind of swag things, there's a lot of options of things you can do.
Yeah, we've done a lot in the past with magnets.
Yeah, magnets and keychains and stuff, and they're fun.
Things like that, yeah.
And so here's what they look like. And so they're actually double-sided, and the other side has, should I open it? So it says on it, there's 10 different scents. This one is linen. And so they're going to be randomly packed. So in your goodie box, Daimium says, "Gonna smell like Dicefest." Yeah. Blarky Boy says, "Are you saying we stink?" Hey, hang it around your neck. You're good to go. Never have to buy deodorant again. No, here, I will just open this one. All right.
Linen, what do you got?
Linen. I have not smelled the linen one. Let's see. Oh, wow. It smells like fresh laundry, kind of. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I got one of these and put in my car, and I can attest to how powerful it is. So on one side, we've got the classic City of the Ancients, and on the other side, we have Outrun the Tide of Darkness, which is actually one of my favorite illustrations that we did for the Old West Shadows of Brimstone, where they're on a stagecoach just like racing, and the sky is dark with hellbats, and it looks like they're barely going to make it out.
Yeah, so fresh linen, that's specifically meant to represent Targa, right? The Targa.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, clearly. Anyway,
the
some of the
custodians
other
are always doing laundry. I mean,
some of the other scents. What? Which one? Daniel says this is Targa. Cool water.
Cool water. Yeah, I can see that.
That could be Jargono.
Yeah, could be the canyons.
Lavender. I specifically, they actually have a bunch of scents. I specifically chose scents that seem like they could be, Old Westy. Caverns of Lavender. But yeah, like Forest Rain. I think that's the Forest of the Dead, maybe. Lemon. Anyway, so you'll have to compare notes once you get yours and see what you have. Strawberry, green apple. These are very Old West.
Got to be Belly of the Beast.
Belly of the Beast. Here we have mint.
Well, don't give them all away.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You're right. Okay, you don't get to know anymore. All right. Anyway, it's weird, but it's cool. Come on. It's cool. All right.
Mummy Juice Musk. Cinnamon Cinder.
Yeah, we should do some custom scents.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Let's see. Jacob Cat says, "With 2 old dogs sleeping on my floor now, I understand including air freshener in the box." Yes. Will we be required to wear our air freshener? It might help. Is that for Dicefest, maybe? Mummy Juice Musk. Wow. I can smell a brimstoner from miles away. The air freshener badges is a novel idea to freshen up cons. Yep, it could work. All right, so that is the contents of this year's goodie box, and I think we always curate it and put together a cool package where how much can we jam in here and what can we offer each year. And so in case you're new to Roll to Move, basically we have a Roll to Move exclusive figure each year that is in the goodie box. And so you can only get the goodie box during Roll to Move. And this year we're debuting this new one that we just showed. And we do have a limited number of previous year's goodie boxes. So if you missed them, they're only ever sold during Roll to Move. So during this Roll to Move weekend, in the web store, you'll be able to actually get previous year's Roll to Move goodie boxes. So
those are probably limited quantities, though.
Yeah,
That's
we don't
what we have on hand.
Yeah, but we can flip through and show some of them. So just to show you some of the previous ones, here's the Roll to Move 2022 goodie box, and the only thing is that there's some of the things like maybe the keychain that we might have run out of, and so because those were limited supply, so it's possible that it might not have one of the kind of swag items, you know what I mean? After years. I mean, this is 2022. But this one was a great one. We had the Wasteland Warrior and Wasteland Guard. I mean, you could use them as either, whatever, but it's the Wasteland Bodyguard. And this guy turned out awesome. He's still a favorite of mine. And then if we go on, we've got, here's the 2023 goodie box, where we actually had a Stormlord, like a miniature for the Stormlord.
Yeah.
And that mini turned out amazing. And
he's
Aaron's
like
paint job is pretty
like a
sweet.
boss version of one of the Thunder Warriors, the Raiden Thunder Warriors.
And then if we look at the 2024, that was the Junk Bot. That was also a very, very good year. And then last year's, we actually had the Tredarin Banner Bearer.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put on the listing of the other stuff that was in the goodie box, but yeah, we have those goodie boxes.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about this year's goodie box. We went down memory lane for the previous year's goodie boxes that'll be available.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about just new stuff. I think this is why people are here. The people want to know.
Yeah.
So the first new thing that we're doing, we'll bring up right here. We have some new posters. These are, we realized we don't have any across time posters. So we actually did one for the Greek champions and one for the questing knights. And did it
No.
go in? Okay. So just in case you don't know about the posters, we have them professionally printed. They're 20 inches by 30 inches. They're really high quality prints. And if you order any poster on the web store, they include 2 promo cards. You know what? I have some of the posters. I was gonna break it out. Maybe you could cut that open and we could show one of the posters so people can see how big they are, because they're quite large. Do you have a
20
knife?
by 30. That's like, isn't that a standard movie poster size?
I think so. It is a standard size for
frames.
For frames.
Yeah, but both of these are pretty cool pieces of artwork for the across timeline, the questing knights and the Greek champions.
Yeah. And I don't know that we advertise it a lot, but if people get one of the posters, not just these, but any of the posters, and they want them signed, we'll usually sign posters. It may take an extra week, for us to get a chance to sign them or something like that, or whatever, a couple days, whatever. I'm just saying it may add a little extra time, because as they're packing orders, they're like, oh, they want this one signed. Let's put it to the side or whatever. But yeah, we will also sign posters if you want. You can just leave a note in your order.
Take more than an extra day or two. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's just covering the bases. So let's see. Daniel is. I think he's
slow reveal.
Pulling out a poster.
John Burkhart says, I see all 3 genders are on the knight flags, male, female, and helmet. All right.
Oh, look at this. Let's see. So you can see they are fairly large, and it's very thick paper, photo paper. Yeah, there. So, yes.
Yeah. All right.
So if anybody orders these, we have some in hand. So if you want, we will get out a pen and we'll sign some. Just like I said, leave a note in your order. All right. So let's talk about other new stuff. It's weird to start as like it's posters. People are like, oh, what's it gonna be? Posters.
All right. Well, let's
do something more substantial. What do we got? Let's do a new product. Something really exciting. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Deluxe World Supplement. What?
The Enchanted Woods.
What is it? What is a Deluxe World Supplement? We've never done that before. And look, it's for across time.
It is.
And look, it requires a copy of Forest of the Dead. What does it all mean? What does this all mean? It certainly looks cool.
So the Enchanted Woods is basically a new card pack that is a way to re-theme the Forest of the Dead map tile set to be the Enchanted Woods, which is an Earth-based kind of medieval Britain meant for the questing knight theme predominantly. It can be used with any heroes, of course, as with anything in Shadows of Brimstone. But it basically gives you a good Earth-based starting world for the questing knights as basically a new standard for that era, that time period.
What if we were to? We'll go on to the next slide and we'll see a little bit more. Because there we go. There's the world card.
Yes.
And you can actually see.
So this new supplement has a large card that has a brand new Enchanted Woods depth event chart on it. And it has the world card there for the Enchanted Woods. And basically the way the Enchanted Woods works is that it uses elements from the Forest of the Dead as well as elements from this new card supplement. So you use the Forest of the Dead map cards and decayed trees as the terrain pieces and the map tile set. But in the new Enchanted Woods set, it has a full deck of Enchanted Woods artifacts, a full deck of Enchanted Woods encounters, the Enchanted Woods depth event chart, and then the world card that kind of is sort of an overlay that changes what your Forest of the Dead normally is into the Enchanted Woods.
Did you want to talk about the world card there and some of the changes?
Sure, yeah. So it's got a couple different abilities on it. It has the Mythic Forest ability, which basically tells you right on the world card what elements of the Forest of the Dead you use, and what elements of the new card pack you use. And then it also has the Misty Glade, which says, nothing here scavenge cards are worth plus 10 XP and let you recover a grit on the D6 roll of 3+. So it really encourages venturing into the Enchanted Woods and scavenging to try to find ancient gold and relics that may be lost in this sort of misty glade that is the Enchanted Woods. So scavenging, nothing here cards worth an extra 10 XP, and you have a pretty good chance of getting a grit back on a 3+ when you find those nothing heres. And then the theme of the Enchanted Woods is very much that kind of Arthurian legend, King Arthur's court mixed with a little bit of kind of medieval fairy tales and
a bunch of stuff, maybe some Robin Hood.
Yeah, a little bit of Robin Hood, a little bit of King Arthur, a little bit of witches and classic kind of Grimm's fairy tales type stuff.
So if we go on to the next slide, we'll see a few of the artifacts. And you can see it has its own artifact deck that comes with this. It's an entire deck of cards.
Yeah, so it has an entire deck of artifact cards. So even if you're just pulling random artifacts from a random world, suddenly your Enchanted Woods world card can come up in that, and you may find some of these kind of medieval European fantastical items from the medieval lore. Mm-hmm. So you can see here we have things like the Forest Charm, the Enchanted Sword, and there is a big kind of nature and fungus theme with a lot of different mushrooms and things like that as
Wolfsbane.
as part of the Enchanted Woods.
I just showed a couple of these here, and I don't think I even made a slide for the Enchanted Woods Encounters cards. But you get a big brick of cards.
Yeah, it's actually
it's a pretty large supplement. It's a deluxe world supplement.
Yeah, it's a big chunk of cards, as well as the large card that has the
depth event.
Yeah, the depth event chart on the back, as well as the kind of general rules for what you mix in.
But yeah, there's an entire deck of Enchanted Woods Encounters as well. It's a full-size deck for both the encounters and the artifacts.
Yeah.
For the woods. Did you want to read them an encounter? You're flipping through looking at it.
Sure, why not? So here's one that's the Mossy Cave.
Everybody loves a mossy cave.
A small cave entrance is cut into the rock here, with hanging moss and vines draped across the opening. As you inspect the grounds, you hear a faint voice crying out for help from deep inside the cave. You have to choose as a hero party. Do you enter the cave or call down into the cave?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you enter the cave, everybody has to make a Cunning 6+ test. If successful, the cave is empty, save for some old human bones. Draw a loot card found by the remains. If half or more of the heroes fail the test, you are lost for hours in the dark. Move the darkness forward D3+1 spaces on the depth track.
Brutal.
Yeah, but if you call down into the cave, it says the only answer is a raspy voice whispering your name before the cave entrance crumbles in on itself. All heroes take D6 horror hits. So you can see that it's got that sort of kind of magical, mystical forest vibe to it.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Grimian's Glade.
I'm sorry, it's just so good. The Grimian's Glade.
The Grimian's Glade.
Yeah.
Seeing movement from the corner of your eye, you scan the area of woods to either side of the path, but find nothing. A high-pitched laughter echoes between the trees, and you hear rustling in the undergrowth. With a sharp pain in your lower leg, you look down to see a tiny dagger sticking out from your flesh. Grimians!
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to read all the effects because I don't want to spoil it for people. But I'll read one last one here. Is massive mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
The forest trees give way here to tall mushrooms with a canopy of flared red caps. As you step through the mushroom trees, you feel as though you are being watched.
So we have some questions here. Nancy ABQ says, so Enchanted Woods is a base/earth world, not an other world, correct?
That is correct. This is an earth-based world. It is not an other world.
And Sharky wants to know if there's going to be any killer bunnies to encounter. I think a little Monty Python action.
Yeah, there aren't in this set, but you never know.
If you eat enough of the mushrooms, you may see them.
Poor Adam says, Grimians, PTSD kicking in.
Yeah.
Got to beware of those Grimians.
So if we look at the next slide, there's more. There's actually a bunch of gear cards as well.
Yeah, so this set does include a grouping of gear cards that have the Questing Knight icon on them. So these are specifically gear cards that are intended for that kind of era of heroes. And
this isn't all of them. I just grabbed some.
Yeah, the Morningstar Flail, the Hearthbread, Vow of Protection. Yeah, there's a small grouping of these so that when you're exploring there as an Earth-based, starting off point for Questing Knights, say, you can use these cards, these gear cards, to kind of give you a little bit of that medieval European flair.
It's silly, but every time I see the Hearthbread, it makes me hungry. I did that painting for the bread, and as I was painting, I felt like I could just smell bread. Like I don't know about you guys, but I have grown to appreciate good bread. It's so delicious. I swear to God, I like it more than like candy and sugary stuff. I love bread. Like bread with like salted butter on it. Oh my God. And so, yeah, and even now, the Hearthbread just makes me hungry. Anyway, yeah, no holy hand grenades, Boyko. All right. So that's the Enchanted Woods. And what we hinted at earlier, a night in the woods.
A night in the woods, that's true.
A night in the woods.
So that's going to be a playthrough with the Questing Knights adventuring in at least for some of the games, adventuring in the Enchanted Woods.
Yes. So tune in tomorrow if you want a little preview of how the Enchanted Woods is played, and see more of the cards and encounters and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a question there. It says, are any of the encounter cards linked to map cards like the advanced encounters? So because this uses the map deck and map tiles for the Forest of the Dead, it actually retains the Forest of the Dead advanced encounters if you want to use those. So so when you run into those kind of magical elements that are on those map tiles, they still make sense with the artwork.
Solon7978 says, you appreciate it because you are well bred. That is awful. Daniel appreciates that one. He is a fan of the pun. Let's see. And apparently Sharky likes bagels. He's in a bagel phase.
Yeah.
David Hebart Coleman says, so this supplement will include about 50-ish cards, a set of encounters, a set of artifacts, and a set of gear. I don't think it's 50.
It's not quite 50.
I think it's just under 30.
Yeah, it's around 30 plus the big depth track card.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be 29 specifically, I think. Anyway, it's a hefty bunch of cards.
Yeah, but it's got the world card. It's got a pretty big chunky stack of encounters, a pretty big chunky stack of artifacts, and then a small number of gear cards that help fill out the night theme.
All right, let's look at the next release that we're debuting tonight in just half an hour. We're almost there, you guys. It is Questing Night #1 game supplement. This one is similar to the one that we did for the Greek Champion #1 supplement. And, you know, as supplements go, these are really important because there is no core set or adventure set or what have you for the Across Time guys. Yeah. And so each supplement like this really fills out the world and helps add to the whole storyline of those, you know, Questing Knights and Greek Champions. So this is adding a lot of new content. Let's take a look at some of them. So there are a bunch of new nightly quests.
Yeah, it expands the different options for your nightly quests. One of my favorites is actually shown here, the Hunt for the Traitor, where you've heard tell that there's a traitor amongst your ranks, and so you're trying to kind of sniff out who maybe has betrayed your nightly order.
And there's a lot of these. I just showed a few of them.
Yeah.
I you know, you always want to just kind of hint at it.
Yeah, well, we don't want to spoil all the
surprises. At the same time,
you know?
People might think there's only 3. It's like, nope, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
and
this is a normal supplement of 15 cards.
Yep.
So it's got a decent chunk of new quests. It's got.
We have another slide right here.
We'll go on to the next one. Yeah.
This is just kind of a mishmash of a few of the different types of cards. So we have obviously some new darkness cards, including this Tangled in Terror,
which we haven't really done yet with new darkness cards that actually have the night icon. So they're kind of darkness cards that start filling out that night theme.
But then there's also new night personal items.
Yeah, a grouping of new night personal items.
Including Merlin's Touch.
Including Merlin's Touch, that's right.
If you're a very good knight, you can get Merlin's Touch.
And then there is one single new heraldry, which is the Tower Knight. And the Tower Knight is a lot of fun. He has the ability to charge in a straight line, trying to knock over a bunch of models that he moves through, and kind of barrel through stuff. And then he's also particularly tough and stalwart. So it's kind of cool getting a new heraldry in there as well.
You know he's a badass because there's danger stripes on his shield. They're not actually meant to be danger stripes, but you know, they do look like it. All right, and then I mean, there's again, this is just a sampling of the different ones, but this is a very cool supplement, and we're doing the buy 2 get 1 free card supplements, and this is actually included in it. So if you're picking up card supplements, you can you can save some money by buying them 3 at a time.
That's true.
All right, and then we have one last reveal for a new thing that we're selling. This is the last one. We saved the best for last, I think. Oh, you know what? I did not put a slide in. Okay, so we have to talk about this before we show the last thing. Okay, you can turn off that other slide, Daniel. That's fine. That one that's on the bottom of the screen. So okay, I did not. I'm a foolish person. I did not remember to put in a slide for the Scourge Rats. Do we have some of the minis around here that we could show? Because I did not, either that or, yeah, I mean, yeah, we could take a look. All right, so here's the deal. We have some older kits for Shadows of Brimstone. They were some of the first ones we did with a previous factory. And, you know, like we've done many models since then. We've switched to a different factory that can do much better quality models. We've come a long way. The Scourge Rats fits this bill. It's one of those, like one of the first ones that we did. And they're all right. They're cool.
And it's been out of stock for a long time.
We were thinking, we have some of the printed material for Scourge Rats, but what if we redid the models? And it's a tough thing because I don't really think that something like Scourge Rats would support doing a brand new mold, like to do them in HIPS plastic and all that. Because you have to know that basically takes the place of an actual new set. You know what I mean? So it's like, would we rather do a new set where no one has it and it's just a brand new thing? Or would we want to do a new mold of Scourge Rats where a bunch of people already have Scourge Rats?
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of doesn't make sense to do. I don't think the demand is there, and I think given the choice, we'd probably do a new enemy group instead. But we were like, well, we have some facility for doing in-house models made in the USA, and so we did new sculpts for the Scourge Rats and for the they come with a rat's nest, and the results are awesome. It looks really good. We have them here. We can show. But basically, the other thing is that the rats had one single model. There's 12 of them, and it was just one pose. So you just would get 12 of the exact same rat over and over. And so this time, we actually did 4 unique poses. And it looks like, for some reason, these are all the same pose.
I just grabbed it back.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. Well, anyway, there's you know, you might have Dropbox. You might have it. Okay, we may be able to bring it up. I'm so sorry. I forgot to make a slide for these guys. I feel foolish. Anyway, the point is, we sculpted new sculpts for the Scourge Rats, and we actually have a lot of variety now. So there's 4 different poses with different details and all of that. So when you get 12, you get 3 of each of the 4 unique styles. And then the actual rat's nest it is just not even funny how much better it looks. And again, you'll have to see it in the picture, but it is worlds better than the previous one. And so it looks really good. We're excited about this. Oh, there's a picture. There we go. And you can see, look at the detail on the rat's nest. It is just not even funny. And then the rats themselves, you can see some of them have 1 tail, some have 2 tails. They, they're in different poses and stances. They've got different sizes to them. They've got different details. So
yeah,
it makes them a much more viable and cool kit. But
so
it is worth
the point
noting.
of note is that they have all the exact same cards and stats and enemy record sheet, all the same printed material.
Yeah.
The only thing that's changed with these is the models.
Yes, and it's tough to convey that. So basically, it's because it's not really like a restock, but it's also not a new model. It's not a new kit. So this is our chance to explain it. And of course, I didn't do a slide for it, but but at least we're able to see the images here of them. So if you guys have been wanting Scourge Rats forever, I mean, it's been out of stock for years.
A while.
Yeah. So if you're looking for Scourge Rats, you can get the ultimate version of Scourge Rats now. They're really cool models. If you already have the Scourge Rats, you don't need this. You don't have to. But if you want the cool new models, you can pick it up and get the cool new models. So we're gonna have these. Right now, we're just kind of testing the waters with this. So we have a pretty limited quantity of them. So I think we actually put a limit on them. But you know, check it out, get them, see what you think. They look really good. These are we were able to do these in-house in our CO cast machine, and the quality is just beautiful. All right. Oh, look at that. There's close-ups on the rat nest, the front and the back, so you can see all that detail, and it really is pretty realistic. It looks like something that rats have hauled things from the mines to form their little rat nest.
Yeah, it's a good place to glue on those extra night heads.
All right. You are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. So see, Martin says revised edition Scourge Rats. And that is something I was like, well, maybe we should call them revised edition Scourge Rats. And Jason's like, revised edition very much sounds like it would be a rules change and design change, which it is not. It's the same, you know, because the Scourge Rats are actually a really cool enemy.
They are.
They need no revision in that regard. The models needed some revision.
Yeah.
So it's revised in that it has new models.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully that explains it all. Let's move on to the last new thing that we're debuting here in the sale. And I think people will be excited about this. It's a brand new enemy pack themed with the Across Time theme, and specifically for questing knights.
Yeah, but these actually work really well for pretty much any genre, any era of Brimstone. And that is the Bleakmoor Banshees.
The Bleakmoor Banshees.
So these are a set of 3 large enemies that are basically flying specters that wail in the night, and they're pretty scary because they let out these powerful wails that affect all the nearby heroes and force you to use your willpower to defend against, even though it does a decent amount of damage that you can split between your health and sanity as you see fit. But because they're kind of blasting their wail out to everyone, you have to try to use your willpower to resist as much damage as you can while finding ways to fend them off.
And you can see that they're all hovering above the ground, and 2 of the models there actually have, to hold them up, they're floating over gravestones. And when we did that, we were like, wow, you know what? It would be cool if they actually had like graveyard bases, like a Scottish moor or something like that. And so we actually did include each of these. You'll get 3 of the large size Banshees, but then also 3 40mm custom graveyard theme bases for them.
Yeah.
And here they are painted up, and these are painted by Chris White. And actually, Chris White also painted Shenmue Tanaka, the one that we saw earlier, the Headless Samurai. And so he did a great job with these, and you can see they are spooky. Very, very thematic.
Yeah. So the Bleakmoor Banshees come with threat cards, normal threat cards.
I didn't get a chance to like do you want to pull out the Bleakmoor Banshees?
The miniatures or the cards?
All of it. The cards, you know. I didn't get a chance to do a slide to show like some of the cards and stuff.
Sure.
But basically, you know, you get all the cards that you would need to insert them into your games. So mostly it's threat cards.
Yeah, you get the normal low threats, medium threats, high threats. You do get a Forest of the Dead Otherworld threat as well. And you get an epic threat for the Ladies in White, which is 3 kind of souped up Bleakmoor Banshees. As an epic threat that you can face.
And all of these, you didn't show the fronts, but all of these are themed with the knight icon.
Yeah, but of course, again, you can use them for really any era. I mean, Banshees are a fantastic enemy that can easily be
Yeah.
found
Haunting the mines.
haunting the mines or the
The
Spanish
forest
forts.
of the dead.
Yeah, any number of places. Although they are predominantly earth-based worlds.
Right. Do you want to maybe talk about their abilities? We've got the
Yeah, I gave a few hints there
Mhm.
with the fact that they can fly, they have terror. One thing that's kind of fun is they're ghastly specters, which means that heroes with spirit 4 or higher get to ignore their tough ability, but heroes with spirit 2 or less are -1 on all of their willpower rolls against them. So basically, the more spirit you have, the better you are equipped for facing off against these kind of ghastly banshees. They also have a shrieking whale, so they use their full combat to attack all heroes within 2 spaces, and their melee to hit rolls of 6+ actually get to ignore defense/willpower, armor, and shields because their whale just goes right past most defenses. And then their soul siphon lets them forces heroes to make willpower tests to defend against their attacks, and then when you take damage from their attacks, you actually get to choose how to split it between wounds and sanity. So even though you're using your willpower to defend, you can take some wounds, some sanity, however you want to mix it. But they do a pretty chunky amount of damage with their whale, and if you're facing off against multiple of them, you can get into a lot of trouble if your heroes are packed too closely together. So they're definitely a fun new enemy that gives the heroes a little bit of a challenge.
And all this time we've had in the corner there, we've had the Bleakmore Banshees.
It's true,
creeping out
as a little hint
behind the Roll to Move logo. So we incepted you guys. Solon 7978 says they're spooky and they're kooky. They're all together ooky. They're the Bleakmore Banshees.
That's true. Yeah.
And Gareth Stevens says Banshees look awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah, we're really excited about them. They're getting closer. Oh, they're getting getting closer. Oh my god. Oh, this is they are kooky and ooky. All right, so we were very excited about these, and I think again a lot of these new releases that we're debuting for Roll to Move will really flesh out like that night, questing nights stuff. Yeah. And it is crazy because when there is so few things for a grouping like the questing knights or the Greek heroes, each one means a lot more. Like it just adds to the.
Well, I think with the Enchanted Woods, it's really cool to actually get an earth-based world as kind of a default starting world for the questing knights to be able to venture out into portals and adventures.
Well, in fact, it can be used for anybody can visit this new world, right?
That's true.
So your Old West heroes or feudal Japan heroes or Vikings or whatnot. And in fact, one of our new events is a Shadows of Brimstone game during Roll to Move here is a Shadows of Brimstone game where it's Old West heroes in the Old Woods.
In the Enchanted Woods.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
And Sharky says, will there be promos for $100 plus orders? There will be promos, and I ran out the door to come to this before I got a chance to post the carousel art at the top where it shows that. So I can tell you what they are, and then I will post it when I get back home.
Those are also new cards that haven't appeared anywhere else, right?
They are brand new cards that have never appeared anywhere else, and it's going to be it's a darkness card, orders to kill. Let me see. Hang on a second. I may be confused about the other one, so I don't want to announce it. I'll have to double check. But there are 2 brand new ones that we haven't done before. So
it's this one, right?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah. Yep. The other one is a darkness card called Visions of Hell. You know what? So I got the slide mixed up is what happened. So before I didn't show Visions of Hell, I showed the alternate art card, Stand Against Darkness.
Oh.
They
that's one of the
so the ones that you actually get with the
goodie box.
with the goodie box, it includes the wrong one that was not in the slide. It's Visions of Hell and not Stand Against Darkness.
Mm,
The Stand Against Darkness alternate art card is one of the $100 plus ones.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made a foolish
Slight
mistake
there. That's
again. Not a lot of sleep has been coming my way, and these things are bound to happen.
yeah.
Anyway, but yes, absolutely new promos for 100 plus orders, and I will be posting that shortly with the carousel art that shows them.
Well, it sounds like we have the sale kicking off in about 13 minutes. So we can probably take a little bit of time if you guys want to ask any kind of Q&A type questions. If anybody has any questions about any of the new stuff or about Roll to Move or about anything in general, go ahead and post it in the comments, and we'll see if we have a way to talk about it.
Yes. And I'm also wondering about what people are most excited about for Roll to Move.
Yeah, and what games people got to sign up for.
The next 4 days are going to be filled with events and contests and painting classes and live streams, and it's just
and a lot of Perilous Expeditions deep dives.
yes. And Roll to Move tends to have a more international audience because you don't have to actually travel to Dicefest. It's online, so anybody around the world can easily take part. And so because of that, we've been trying the last couple of years to really have different starting times. And so we've kind of scattered events and classes around the clock, so that there'll always be stuff that should be in your time frame. Let's see. Sharky says, thoughts on World War II heroes for Across Time?
Well, not that we can talk about anything, any other Across Time heroes yet. We haven't announced anything else, so can't really go into any of that yet. John Burkhart says, I really want to hear more about the Perilous Expeditions set. Are you going to be able to make it, John, to one of the Perilous Expedition deep dives? Because that way, you can be part of the kind of conversation about it and get to see a lot of the new material and stuff. Greek gods and monsters. When? Well, there's a lot of gods represented already in the Nemesis and the Patrons that are part of the Greek champion. There's also some of the monsters are getting there with the Gorgons and the Nemean lion and whatnot. But there's definitely a lot more Greek mythology that we'd love to do. So
and there's a lot more that could be done.
Absolutely.
If you guys are enjoying it, then we should probably look more into that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you want to scroll down for a second? Out of curiosity, I'm not expecting soon or within the next year, but is there a broad guess when Tredaran tanks will be available to hit retail?
We have not announced it, but we have a plan for them to be out by the end of the year.
Yeah. Tredaran Tredaran Lightning Scout Tank.
Yep.
In retail, hopefully by the end of the year.
Sebastian Lampch says, question, what new excuse you have for not gave us new expansions for Fortune and Glory? We've heard years after years some new one, so I'm just curious what we will have for now. And then he has a winky face, so he's being a little cheeky.
A little bit cheeky. Well,
yeah. So the thing is, we've never, we talk about this almost every live stream, and the situation doesn't really change. We're very excited about it. We really want to do it. There was a period of time where it's like, here's our window where we're going to do this. We ended up in a pandemic where we couldn't shoot with people, and then as we came out of that, we had other things in the schedule that we had to do. So we still plan to do it. We don't have it on any schedule right now because our schedule is filled up with the other stuff that we have to do. So instead, we're just kind of working on it nights and weekends, instead of sleeping
in the background.
In the background. And so it's taking longer, but we are planning on releasing it. It's fun. We've played it. It's going to be good. But no, we don't have a specific time frame. One of the things that really works against us is that there are online retailers that will just out of the blue advertise it, and they're taking pre-orders for it, and that's not something we're doing. We're not telling them any information. We're not giving them new dates or anything like that. Just out of the blue, they're like, hey, let's put this on the front page and take money. But it's unfortunate because we don't have any control over that, and we, there's not much we can do to rush it
To mitigate
to
that.
get it sooner. So it's something we're working on. We don't have a date for it yet, but when it comes out, it will be good. It'll be a good time. All right, so let's see what else. More narrative encounters coming. The narrative encounters was cool.
Have any of you guys gotten a chance to play the
Curly Jones?
the Legend of Curly Jones. It's a pretty fun narrative encounter, but it's tricky because people don't want to talk about it too much because it's got a kind of a narrative story that unfolds, kind of a ghost story, and so you don't want to spoil it for other people.
But because of that, it's like people don't in not wanting to spoil it, they don't talk about it too much. So it's like a hidden gem.
But it's a lot of fun for sure, and we definitely want to do some more narrative encounter packs like that. If you guys like the narrative encounter packs, sound off in the comments and show your support for it.
Absolutely. If we scroll up for a second, there was one above there. David Hebert Coleman says, do we assume that Gamers HQ will be getting the new things as well? So Gamers HQ is an awesome store in Berlin, Germany. And those guys act as sort of a stockist for our products in Europe. And so it is great because they will do large orders, and we ship them on the ocean, like freight. And I think it's ocean freight. It might be air freight. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is it's a huge amount, bulk shipping. And so it basically helps with the extreme cost of shipping. And so, and it gets it where people could go in Europe, either order from them online or walk into their store and get some of these things. And because they can act in this way as kind of a stockist in Europe, we let them get stuff that's not usually allowed in retail, not usually like meant for retail. And so you can get from Gamers HQ, some of the, these enemy packs that are normally online only,
card
white
supplements,
box stuff, card supplements, and maybe even some of the large size, Darkstone Forge items and things like that.
And it's also not just Gamers HQ now in the UK.
Wayland Games.
We have Wayland Games carries some of the stuff as well. And to answer the question more specifically, they will almost certainly eventually get it, but there's usually a delay of a few months, from just because of how long it takes to ship stuff across the world, especially if it's going by freight. Yeah. So they'll almost certainly have the stuff. It'll probably be just a couple months down the road.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Will Old West Allies be reprinted? That is actually in the schedule to be reprinted. So we should see it probably by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So we have Adam says, what is the most dangerous enemy in the game so far? Well, there's definitely a lot of debate about that, but I think that most people would probably agree that it's something from the challenge packs, which are like, the Devil of Black Rock or the Heretic Preacher. The challenge packs are all pretty challenging, but also the Wasteland War Masters and Legendary Specters probably fall into that same category of they got pretty tough abilities and pretty powerful enemies to go up against. So if you're looking for like an extreme challenge, I would say the challenge packs and the Wasteland War Masters and Legendary Specters are probably the biggest ones to give your heroes a hard time.
And I just got a note reminding me to say that while Wayland Games and Gamers HQ do get some of the things that are normally like Flying Frog exclusives, not for retail. They do not get goodie boxes. So those are still like the Roll to Move goodie box. You can only get
those are
from
exclusive to the actual weekend of Roll to Move.
Right.
And same with Dicefest.
Same with the Dicefest.
The Dicefest goodie boxes are exclusive to the weekend of Dicefest.
Yeah. All right. So Ryan Whalen says, Last Night on Earth 20th anniversary is coming up. Yes. Did you guys realize that? In 2027, it will be the 20th anniversary of Flying Frog and the 20th anniversary of Last Night on Earth. And Jason gave me a look when I said 20th anniversary of Flying Frog. I just mean when we put out our first game. But obviously we're working for
when we officially launched the company.
Yes, which is craziness.
Yeah, 20
so
years.
Yeah, we've been talking about some ideas. It's too early to reveal anything, but we definitely are going to celebrate Last Night on Earth.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam says, can we get more soundtracks? I miss those.
So the soundtracks, basically, we got a lot of people who would write to us and say, okay, I bought my game, but there seems to be a CD in here. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, I have no way to play it. That's not a thing. And some of them even mocked us for our archaic technology. But, come on, man. It's not like they're 8 tracks or something like that. Anyway, so in an effort to modernize, we basically started putting our soundtracks digitally on our YouTube channel, and we accompany them with 4K imagery from the games. So if you go on our official YouTube channel, you can still get the soundtracks. They are available there.
And there are more soundtracks coming.
There are more soundtracks coming. Right now, Mary Beth is composing and recording every day for the Cursed Tombs soundtrack and for the Hell Train soundtrack.
The Impossible Hell Train soundtrack, yeah.
So we are just 2 minutes away from the official launch. Let's see, what else do we have? 2 minutes, you guys. 2-minute warning. All right. Any chance we might see the Expeditions at Gen Con at least? So it's a little bit too early for us to get it as a preview for Gen Con. But somebody earlier, you were talking and I didn't want to break in, but I saw somebody ask when Perilous Expeditions is coming to retail because, we're showing all this stuff. It's very exciting. It is coming to retail in November. And the people who got it with the Kickstarter should have it before that.
Yeah.
But
guarantee that everybody would.
Yeah, I mean we're going to be shipping before, and so that's the plan.
Should be shipping toward the end of the summer.
Yeah, and then we are going to have some exciting stuff for Gen Con. Much like last year, we're probably going to do a video because we can't do a live stream because we're busy building our booth and everything. But we'll probably do a video that we time release, and it'll go up live as we're heading to the convention. And we're going to have a bunch of cool new stuff, both at the Gen Con booth and online. And at the Gen Con booth live, we may have some previews, may have some early stuff. We'll see. We're still working on it. All right. What else do we have? I wonder if a Greek world supplement using Cinder could be an option. Vesuvius and the Underworlds.
Well, you never know.
Never know. Could be. Any new one-shots coming? Oh, I see a flashing. It's midnight. Oh, the sale is live.
The sale is live.
Let's slip the dogs of war, the war dogs.
Yep.
Yes. Any new one-shots coming? The one-shot was, when it came out, we explained that it was something that we were already creating for us to use at conventions. Where, when somebody's playing in a demo game and it's this one-off adventure, it doesn't mean that much when you gain experience or you get gold. And so we wanted to have a way that you could actually spend, the gold that you're getting and have it mean something in the single game that you're playing right there on the show floor of Dicefest or what have you. And so we created that and we went ahead and put a year on it. So it was like the one shot for, I think it was 2024. And we said, that doesn't mean that we're going to do a 2025 and a 2020. It doesn't mean that like every year there will be a new one shot. We just wanted to put the year so that you know when that one is. and we'll update it at some point and have an updated version. But don't expect that there would just be one a year or anything like that.
Yeah.
Any update on the Legendary Villains Deluxe Enemy from Forbidden Fortress?
I think that might actually be the last Forbidden Fortress set that we haven't released yet, right?
That is the last one that wasn't released to retail. It is, there's nothing to report just yet.
Yeah.
Any word on the Fortune and Glory expansions? We talked about that earlier. Let's see. John Burkhart, before you go, ... your YouTube channel has the Shadows of Brimstone soundtrack, but not the Forbidden Fortress one. Any chance we could get it posted? Yes. The only reason for that is I've been doing them as we've switched over to not, like to do, here's the new release of, say, Last Night on Earth, or, no, not Last Night on Earth, sorry, A Touch of Evil, say, and it no longer includes the CD. I will put up the A Touch of Evil soundtrack. Because Forbidden Fortress has not had a release without a soundtrack, we haven't put that up yet. But as I get time, I'll put it together. It actually takes a lot of work to put all the art together and everything. But absolutely, it's coming. Let's see what else. Why does the goodie box cost $40? Part of it is because of the double the miniatures this year.
And also all the cards and the map tile.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
it's bigger than it has been in the previous years. So more parts. Let's see. You talked about the new ones, but what about reprinting old Fortune and Glory expansions? That is also something that is in the works, but we haven't had a chance yet. I mean, part of it is things can be limited by our time because we're actually putting this stuff together, but part of it is limited by time in our schedule, and that's both factory time, but also like marketing, because we when we release something behind the scenes, we're doing like, okay, we're going to do paid advertisements on these YouTube channels and on these magazines and different like print and video and social media and everything, advertising. And so you don't want to just kind of silently release something. So things have to be scheduled out, and we have to be able to do a marketing push, have to have the money to reprint it and ship it and all of that, and then also we have to have like the warehouse space. So there's a lot of moving parts. If we had infinite resources, then we would love to have everything in stock at all times, always. But it's not that realistic. So we do our best.
Yeah, and I will say that's one of the downsides of having a general philosophy of trying to keep all of our games in print, all of our games and expansions in print over years. Or decades, as the case may be.
It can be difficult.
That sometimes there's stuff that goes out of stock for a while because we kind of have rotating space in the warehouse available and rotating resources of what we can devote that attention and those resources to.
And I see Sharky says, is the Wasteland Bodyguard still resin or thermal plastic? That is interesting that he would say that, because we originally had him done in resin by like a resin caster that we worked with, but he just like for this year, we made some new ones and we brought it in-house. So he has changed. He is not a resin guy anymore. Let's see. We are totes going to play A Touch of Evil for the 4th Neodymium. That's awesome. Yeah, it's one of those games where you can play with up to 8 people.
Yeah,
and it's thematic and fun and generates good stories.
Yeah, and if you play with 6 or more, you definitely want to do teams.
Yeah, that's true.
So that the game keeps a good pace.
What better way to celebrate America? That's what he says.
It's true, by fighting some spectral horsemen. And...
Yeah. Have you thought of doing an Indian tribe camp as an alternative to regular town stays? Well, there are some town locations in Frontier Town.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a trading post or something.
And to
right?
answer your question, yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about doing that kind of thing over the years. We don't have anything we're announcing or anything like that, but it is on the radar as something that would be fun to do.
So I think, can anybody report back? Is everything live on the sale? And this is usually the time where somebody goes, "I thought you were going to have this," and it's like, "Oh," and we have to quickly add it in. So Multicron says everything live and ordered. Okay, well, good. That's good. That's what you want. How close are you on miniature molds for Tombs and Train Kickstarter? So the different ones are in different phases of development. I think I don't have the numbers in front of me about like exactly percentage or how many of the molds. I know that we're down to the last, I think it's the last 3 molds that have not started tooling yet. And so for all the stuff for wave 1, which is all of the core sets and all those stretch goals that got unlocked and all that stuff. And it's also, it's not like necessarily perfectly in chronological order, because there are some molds that are like wave 2 molds that are further ahead, just because that's how it ended up.
Yeah.
We crave Tomb Daddy. That's truer words have never been spoken. But yeah, no, they're coming together really well. If you aren't already watching, check out the updates. We do an update every single month, usually the first Friday of the month, first or second Friday of the month, on our Kickstarter page. So if you look at the Kickstarter page for Cursed Tombs and Hell Train, or actually on there, I think it's Lost Tombs and Hell Train, because it was the old version of the name. And look at the updates section, and you'll see. And we are showing lots of previews. We're showing the minis. We're showing plastic production samples, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's the best place for the up to date info.
Michael Wybrow said, "Thanks for having the blank character sheets up on the website," and asked if it's possible to get the Tredaran Veteran and the Across Time Heroes, like the Questing Knight.
I think the Tredaran Veteran is on there. Is it not?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look. But we can look into trying to get those up and running as well.
The Tredaran Veteran one would be on the Forbidden Fortress page. So if you look in the resources section of the Forbidden Fortress page, that would be the place to look for it. And then we don't have the Across Time guys, but that's something we could do.
But we do have the campaign logs for Gates of Valhalla and Valley of the Serpent Kings. Those are up as well.
Is the Enchanted Woods Deluxe World Supplement part of the buy 3 supplement deal? It's not, because all of those, for it to work, it's one where they need to be the same price, you know? So like before we ever did the buy 2 get 1 free on our web store, we did it at conventions, and it was just like, oh, the free one, if you buy ones that are different costs, the free one ends up being like the cheaper one or whatever. And so you could do it. It's much harder for it to calculate and figure it out. So there's just ones that fit in that normal card supplement style. Those are the ones that we have in the buy 2 get 1 free. As long as we're talking, I'd love to hear more about the thief that you added to the pledge manager.
Yeah, I think, he's talking about the Scoundrel.
Oh, the Scoundrel. Yeah, the Scoundrel. I think the Scoundrel is going to be my favorite of the heroes. He's, it's weird because he's kind of, you love to hate him. You know what I mean? It's, it'll be good. But that being said, the Phyrexic Ancient is also in the running for my new favorite.
Yeah. Well, one thing about the Scoundrel is you do have a monkey that sits on your shoulder that you can send off to do things for you, and also can upgrade as you go up in level. You can upgrade your monkey. So there's definitely a lot of cool stuff with the Scoundrel, kind of using corruption as a resource, building up corruption and then spending it to get bonuses. So that's some little tidbits about the Scoundrel.
All right. Let's see. Would the Through Time expansions expand on the Aztecs in the future, perhaps? I love the Mountain of the Ancients.
Yeah, well, most of the Aztec heroes that we have right now are in that sort of Valley of the Serpent Kings line of products. So we have the Aztec Jaguar Warrior and the Aztec Blood Priest or Blood Priestess. And then, especially in Perilous Expeditions, there's a lot of stories and narrative that involve the Aztecs as well as the Spanish explorers, kind of working together to defend humanity against the darkness and against the invading serpent men from Jargono.
Rob Keetler says, are you aware of the changing rules for import into the EU? Seems like
they
there's
do
a lot
change
of
very often.
ever-changing stuff. We've been dealing with a lot of stuff changing for France specifically.
Yeah,
But
but we've also been seeing stuff about the VAT changes for each individual country, as opposed to just the EU in general, which is making things more challenging. Can you scroll up again for a second? So there was another question there, which is, are the Lost Tombs or Cursed Tombs and Hell Train still Frontier era in terms of vibes, or is it more advanced, like 1930s World War II Indiana Jones inspired? So the Hell Train is still Old West Frontier, so 1880s about. The Cursed Tombs is actually set in the 1930s, so that very much has
Pulp
a
adventure.
pulp adventure spin to it for sure. Getting stuff like Tommy guns and flashlights and things that are just slightly past that Old West kind of era.
Right. David Hainold says, are you still working on remodeling the Darkstone Brutes? I believe this was brought up in the past. That is still something that is going to happen, but we've expanded it to include some other kits as well. So we're not really ready to talk about it just yet, but I think you'll probably hear more in the future. As someone that's a dedicated Jacques Moreau player, I'm excited for the Scoundrel. Well, actually, you may or may not know, but in our we have a set of Relic Raiders.
That's true.
That was unlocked in the during the campaign. It was a stretch goal, I think. And the Relic Raiders have 4 kind of villainous
Unique
characters,
legendary villains,
villains, and one of them is Jacques Moreau, like
That's true.
specifically Jacques Moreau.
But
And,
you might have to fight Jacques Moreau instead of playing as him.
Yes, but
So.
I would dare say you could use the Jacques Moreau Shadows of Brimstone figure for
As
a
your
Scoundrel.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you
yes.
can actually play as Jacques Moreau.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that we probably should wrap it up. People are saying good night. I think we're probably good. Have you thought about any Mesopotamian stuff? That's the question that lets you know we're done. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Every night when I close my
Every
eyes and go to
night.
sleep, I think of Mesopotamian stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, all that would be fun.
Yeah.
You know, it would be great to you know, there's so many different eras and times, historical time periods that would be really fun to do with across time stuff.
We need that
and
infinite time and
expansions.
infinite resources.
I know.
You got to work
be,
on that.
That would be great. But I mean, you know, it's all just you know, how things ebb and flow as we keep making new stuff and keep doing stuff for the game.
Brian Bosch says, well, I'm off to Riot. Great live stream. All right, Brian. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. We have one here from Daniel, who's in the room, asking us about pirates. He's giving us a hard time. He wants to do some pirates.
Who doesn't want to do pirates? Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming to the live stream to kick off Roll to Move 2026. And we will see all of you during the course of the rest of the weekend in games.
Yes, don't forget to enter the painting contest. Don't forget to check out the live streams and play your events. Have a good time. Hang out in the saloon, and we'll see you guys. Jason and I will see you guys in the Zoom hangout on Sunday.
And I'll see some of you in the morning for the Crimson Hand Enclave.
Oh, for the first time,
Yeah.
hands on. All right, well, thanks, guys. we will talk to you more soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.